トランクス、私をがっかりさせないでくれ。
試合になりそうだな。スーパーサイヤ人は孫悟空さん一人じゃない。ここにもいたということだ。
行きます、トランクスさん。
I'm just a seller of sweet dreams and long strokes from a place where the streets are mean and lack hope. We all grind for different teams in the same boat, and everybody here just wanna be.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's me, it is indeed the ACE. I am Ken Masters, I am the Ace of Spades, and I am your friendly 1245 music representative. And I am here with, quite frankly, the cutest pigtails the world has ever known.
Rayla Divine.
Yes. And unfortunately, since Rayla doesn't give a fuck less about what I'm about to talk about, she's probably not going to say much more throughout the rest of the episode. However, I am super excited to tell you I actually fuck with the game. Like, because I know I've been super ranting on shit lately. But yo, Dragon Ball Fighterz, Dragon Ball Fighterz, Dragon Ball Z Fighters, it really doesn't matter how you say it. The game is actually pretty fucking dope. You know, I bang with the shit. Arc System did a great job of taking a established licensed product and turning it into a worthwhile fighting game, which history has shown us most people fuck up everything licensed. So the fighting system is pretty straightforward. You know, you can kind of jam on buttons and do combos. You can do really cool shit, which makes a lot of people feel like the game is like super simple, but it's not. There's a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom-esque team mechanics to it. You can combine supers, you can switch characters mid-fight. Everybody has their own energy bar, which is a big fucking deal when it comes to team fighting games. Right. So you don't have to share that, so that's dope. The graphics, I'm not like a super graphics guy, but I do have to note that the graphics in this game are impeccable. Like it's a thing of beauty. The way that they represent these characters, the vibrancy of the colors, the backgrounds I think are really what make the game pop. Like the World Tournament, when you're fighting out in the wasteland, Planet Namek, all of these memorable places from the shows are excellently represented in the game. If you do something like knock away a key blast or something like that, you can actually see stuff in the background get destroyed. You slam a guy into the ground, you see the ground get destroyed. You can knock people off screen into mountains, into volcanoes. Like it's like Guilty Gear. And if you've ever played Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue, like you already know that game's insane, but it's like that turned up to the next level. The types of attacks that they have in the game are very reminiscent of Marvel vs. Capcom, because you have a lot of screen filling attacks. But they did an excellent job of taking this 2/2.5D fighting game and giving you the epicness that you see in a Dragon Ball Z episode. So that's dope as fuck. The music is very fitting. You know, the sound quality is there, the power-up sounds, the voices in Japanese or in English. Everything about the game is pretty tough. Except the story. Like, the story is terrible. They kind of did like the Injustice thing. Not that it's an epic story, because it's not. They created an original story, which is cool. I appreciate that. But basically the story just exists to explain the gameplay mechanics, which is fine. But it's really badly done. They have like this like Milton Bradley-esque like board that you move on in order to go from fight to fight.
That's the story?
That's the story that you saw. Yeah. It's bad. Like, it's bad. You can tell it's almost like they intentionally tried to lengthen the story mode more than they could write for it. Because, I mean, the story is pretty much like, it could be an OVA. Like, it doesn't even have to be, like, it wouldn't even be a story arc in Dragon Ball Z, in Dragon Ball Super. Like, it wouldn't even be that much.
Oh, man.
It's about that long in reality. And they have multiple arcs. It's as if they gave them, here's the concept, and they handed the concept to 3 different writers, and 3 different writers wrote the story. And it's bad. It's bad. It's just, it's bad. But again, the gameplay is a saving grace here, yo. Like, easy to jump into, difficult to master. If you think the story mode is easy, that's cool. Play arcade. You play arcade, you'll get washed up, and then you'll be like, oh, right, let me go do the training, because they mentioned some things. And then they have like combo challenges and things like that. There's a lot of timing for the individual characters that makes the combo system pretty complex. And then once you introduce swapping characters and understanding how this character's moves set up perfectly for this character's moves, and the joy, the pure elation that you get when you can put it all together and just decimate an opponent is it's wonderful, yo. It really is. So yes, I know it's nice to hear me talk well of a game, because I usually don't. But yeah, other than the story, and maybe the fact the game isn't very defensive minded. If you're traditionally like a defensive player, even like a counter player, and I mean, I'm an amateur gamer. I'm no professional or anything like that. But in my opinion, like, it feels like the game doesn't leave much as far as countering and defense. There are a couple moves for it, but the game is basically just beat the shit out of your opponent as quickly as humanly possible. Like, blow things up, giant energy beams, switch characters, rinse and repeat. Like, this is what they do. And they do it really fucking well, quite honestly. I can definitely see how with the future DLC, the characters that they're going to add, and with future balancing, because you got to do that in a competitive fighting game, I could definitely see how this is going to be something that could last quite some time. Thank you, Capcom, for doing Super Dragon Ball Z back in the day. That probably led to the inspiration of Arc System's masterpiece that they got here. So yeah, fighting games, y'all. Dope shit. And we about to get into some Capcom shit coming up. So stay tuned, cause yo, that Monster Hunter shit. What?
Oh my god, okay.
Alright, right? I can't be happy. Just hate when I'm happy. Anyway, Dragon Ball Z Fighterz. Dope as fuck. Play that shit. Peace.
Bye.
スーパーベジータ